In ancient Egypt, the social status of women was intricately linked to the prevailing cultural norms and religious beliefs. Women held a distinct position in society, and their legal rights were shaped by the patriarchal structure that dominated ancient Egyptian civilization. While women from different social classes experienced varying degrees of freedom and opportunities, their roles were significantly influenced by societal expectations and religious practices. Although women had certain rights, their status was subordinate to men in most aspects of life. However, it is essential to note that women in the higher echelons of society, such as royal princesses and queens, enjoyed more privileges and were occasionally able to wield significant influence. The daily lives of slave women in ancient Egypt were marked by hardship and servitude, as they were considered property owned by their masters. These women, often captured during wars or born into slavery, had no control over their lives and were subject to the whims of their owners. Their main role revolved around serving the needs of their masters and their households, including tasks such as cooking, cleaning, and manual labor. Slave women lived in the households of their owners, where they were required to carry out domestic chores from dawn to dusk. Their living conditions were generally harsh, often crowded and lacking in basic comforts. They lived in small quarters, sometimes with other slaves, and had limited personal space or privacy. Furthermore, slave women faced the constant threat of mistreatment and abuse from their owners. They had no legal rights or protections, making it challenging to escape from their oppressive circumstances. Attempts to rebel or resist their master's commands often resulted in severe punishments, making them fearful and submissive. In addition to their domestic roles, slave women were also employed in various economic activities. They could be involved in agricultural work, helping with tasks like planting and harvesting crops. Some skilled slave women were employed in craft industries, producing pottery, textiles, or other goods for trade. Despite the challenging conditions, slave women found ways to form social bonds and support each other within their communities. They relied on one another for emotional comfort and practical assistance in navigating the difficulties of their enslaved lives. Marriage and family life in ancient Egypt were central to societal norms and cultural practices. The institution of marriage was regarded as a significant event in one's life, and it played a crucial role in maintaining social order and family lineage. Arranged marriages were common, with parents or guardians playing a pivotal role in selecting suitable partners based on factors such as social status, wealth, and familial connections. Once married, the responsibilities of wives and mothers were primarily centered around managing the household and raising children. Women were expected to be devoted to their husbands and to fulfill their domestic duties diligently. They were responsible for tasks like cooking, weaving, and overseeing the daily operations of the household. Motherhood was highly esteemed in ancient Egypt, and the ability to bear children was considered a blessing. Women who could not conceive often faced societal pressure, and sometimes even the risk of divorce. The upbringing of children was a shared responsibility, with both parents playing important roles in their education and moral development. Education for girls was limited, and their formal learning primarily focused on household skills and religious rituals. Sons, on the other hand, had more opportunities for education and could aspire to various professions, including becoming scribes or entering the priesthood. Divorce was permitted in ancient Egypt, although it was more socially acceptable for a man to initiate it than a woman. Women who sought divorce had to prove legitimate reasons, such as neglect or mistreatment, to justify their request. In the case of divorce, custody of the children typically remained with the father, but mothers could still maintain some contact and influence over their upbringing. The concept of family extended beyond the immediate household, with the broader kinship network being an essential aspect of Egyptian family life. Family gatherings, festivals, and religious ceremonies provided occasions for strengthening familial bonds and social cohesion. Slave women in ancient Egypt were actively involved in various economic activities, despite their enslaved status. They were considered valuable assets to their owners, capable of contributing to the household's economic productivity. Their labor was essential in supporting the overall functioning of the household and its economic activities. One of the primary economic roles of slave women was in agricultural work. They toiled in the fields, assisting with tasks such as planting, weeding, harvesting, and tending to crops. Their hard work contributed to the production of food and other agricultural products that sustained the household and often provided surplus goods for trade. In addition to agricultural work, slave women were engaged in various craft industries within the household. They were skilled in producing a wide range of goods, such as pottery, textiles, and other handmade items. These products could be used within the household or sold in local markets, generating income for their owners. Moreover, slave women played a crucial role in household industries. They were responsible for activities such as grinding grain, baking bread, and brewing beer. These tasks were essential for providing daily sustenance to the family and could also be a source of income if surplus goods were sold. Slave women also participated in economic settings where they interacted with free women. In some cases, they may have been employed as assistants to free women in their economic activities, such as working in market stalls or assisting in the production of specialized goods. It is important to note that the economic contributions of slave women were often undervalued and unacknowledged, as their labor was seen as an inherent part of their enslaved status. Despite their significant role in sustaining the household and supporting its economic activities, slave women rarely received compensation or recognition for their efforts. Women played an active role in religious practices, serving as priestesses in temples dedicated to various deities. These priestesses were often from noble or elite families and were tasked with carrying out important religious ceremonies and rituals. They acted as intermediaries between the people and the gods, performing sacred rites and offerings to ensure the favor and protection of the deities. In addition to formal religious roles, women participated in various household and personal rituals. They were responsible for maintaining household shrines, making daily offerings, and conducting private prayers to seek the blessings of the gods for their families and loved ones. The cult of fertility and motherhood was particularly significant in ancient Egyptian religion, and women were often associated with the goddess Isis, who was revered as a symbol of motherhood, love, and protection. Women would pray to Isis for fertility and safe childbirth, seeking her guidance and blessings during these critical moments of their lives. Religious festivals and celebrations provided opportunities for women to actively participate in public religious events. These festivals involved elaborate processions, music, dance, and offerings to the gods. Women would often join in the celebrations, wearing their finest attire and jewelry to honor the deities and take part in communal worship. Certain rituals and practices were exclusive to women, such as the Mysteries of Isis, which were secretive religious ceremonies known only to female initiates. These rituals were believed to grant women special spiritual insights and protection. Religious beliefs also influenced societal norms and moral values, instilling a sense of piety and virtue among women. Adherence to religious teachings was seen as crucial for women to maintain harmony within their families and to ensure their well-being in both this life and the afterlife. The concept of an afterlife played a significant role in ancient Egyptian religion, and women were deeply involved in funerary rituals and practices. They were responsible for mourning the deceased, preparing the body for burial, and participating in funeral processions and offerings to ensure a successful journey to the afterlife. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Also, hit the notification bell so you never miss an update.